Hello, I'm Joe McDermott, and I'm proud to be your senator from the 34th District, representing West Seattle, White Center, and Burien, and Vashon and Maury Islands. According to our state's constitution, our paramount duty is to fund basic education. But the definition of basic education has not evolved as the expectations for our students have grown exponentially. Our students and our schools now face more federal mandates, safety concerns, expanding technologies, and a more demanding workforce than ever before. We started the process of redefining basic education with Washington Learns and are now focusing on the funding formulas required to support the new expectations that Washington Learns established. To do this, we created the Basic Education Finance Task Force in 2007. This task force was instructed to redefine the way we approach public K-12 education funding in our state. This is the first time our state has taken a comprehensive look at our education funding structure in almost 4 decades. The task force met over the last 2 years to redefine basic education, and even more importantly, to establish the funding formulas necessary to support that definition. As session approached, they finalized the recommendations. Senate Bill 5444 included the recommendations of the task force and provided further funding recommendations. Meanwhile, the full funding coalition, made up of some major stakeholder groups, school administrators and directors, principals, superintendents, teachers, and classified staff, came up with their own proposal based on a minority report from the task force, and that became Senate Bill 5607. Both of these bills faced severe opposition from opposing stakeholders, and both bill numbers were so tainted that we didn't feel we could use either to reach a compromise. So we introduced a new bill, and as we voted it out of the Senate Education Committee last week, it only contained intent language. This means that it is a placeholder bill, so we can continue working on finding a compromise that works for students, teachers, parents, and all other stakeholders. We are actively working to bring everyone to the table to continue the arduous work of crafting a bill to help ensure that the state lives up to its duty to fully fund basic education while also providing appropriate compensation and closing the achievement gap. I feel strongly that we must not lose the momentum of the task force's work. We must produce some significant education funding legislation this session. That's the only way that we can ensure that we're doing right by our students, providing them with the quality education they need to succeed. I always look forward to hearing from you. Please don't hesitate to contact me. My contact information will be listed at the end of this program. It's an honor to serve you. I'm Joe McDermott, your 34th District Senator. Thanks for tuning in.